What is up, people? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So today, we're about to throw down. I hope you're ready for the battle, people. Mac versus PC. And just so you guys know, I'm not biased. All right, I might have a favorite or whatever, but listen, this is what you're gonna get with this video. I'm gonna give you 10 solid reasons why every Mac will take a warm, wet, metaphorical, nasty ass dump on the chest of any PC in almost every aspect. And then at the end, I really will give you a couple things that I think Macs could improve on. So you get both sides, people. Now get excited, let's have some fun. Now for number one, I'm gonna talk about the elephant in the room, the number one reason why PC users use PCs. Anytime I've ever asked someone who's all about Windows, why do you use Windows? Why? It always comes down to one thing, and that is price. Now I'm not gonna lie, that's a valid point. I mean, Macs really are more expensive across the board. It's a fact. But there's one little aspect that a lot of people seem to forget, and that is resale value. Besides all the other amazing stuff I'm about to talk about in this video, Macs hold their value, which makes them a very, very good investment. The number one thing that all PC people seem to say is, why would I spend $2,500 on this laptop when I can get the same laptop spec for $1,500 here or $1,000 here? Why? Why would I do that? And I get that argument, but you have to look at it from an investment perspective. See, when you buy a Mac, you spend that $2,500. But 3 years later, when you want to upgrade that Mac, you can sell it for 60 to 70, sometimes even 80% of what you paid for it 3 years ago. And then the upgrade is pennies on the dollar. So you really just make the initial investment, and then after that, you're just paying a couple $100 for the new model. But you don't even have to do that because Macs last forever. They literally do. I'm a DJ, I know DJs that still use 2011, 2012 MacBooks, 8, 9-year-old MacBooks to DJ, and they say they're flawless, they don't have any issues to date. And that's a rare thing for a PC. You're not getting 9 years out of a PC. Very small circumstances where you're gonna get 9 years out of a PC. So honestly, if all the features and all the things I'm about to tell you in this video sound great to you, and price is the only thing holding you back, it's worth it. Reason number two, Macs are ready to go for most people right out of the box. Every single Mac includes GarageBand if you want to record something or edit something, iMovie to edit video, which is a great video editing program. Like honestly, like it's basic, but it works great. Big vloggers like David Dobrik still admit to using iMovie to edit every video, and these guys have tens of millions of followers on YouTube. Legit. It's a great program. Photos to view photos and to edit photos. Pages, Keynote, and Numbers, which is the Mac equivalent to Word and PowerPoint and Excel, but they work great, they're super intuitive, and they're included in the program. And even something as simple as Apple Preview. You can convert images, you can view and edit PDFs, you can fill out forms, it slices, it dices, it does a lot of everyday tasks that a lot of people take for granted. And last time I checked, you need to download software just to open up a PowerPoint file on a PC. Oh. Now, next thing I want to talk about is ecosystem. So I figured I'd bring you out to the environmental ecosystem. See, it's kind of, right? You get it? Huh? Whatever, I just want more filming locations, okay? A little variety in the videos. But anyway, Apple's ecosystem is ridiculous. Everything works together. Even if you just have an iPhone, there's so many little features you can take advantage of with Apple's ecosystem. FaceTime or regular phone calls you can take on any computer, iPad, or your phone. You can transfer them in between. AirDrop I use 30,000 times a day. You can seamlessly, with AirDrop, share any type of file, photo, video, anything in between any of your devices. Even copy and paste. Like if I get texted a link on my phone or I see something on my phone, I can copy it on my phone and then literally go right here to my MacBook and paste it in the browser. Seamlessly works together. I mean, it's amazing how great everything works together and how convenient it makes everything. And there's probably a million other things that I'm forgetting about right now, but trust me, the ecosystem is insane. The integration between all the devices, insane. And while we're talking about ecosystem, let's talk about the operating system, right? The iOS. It is the most intuitive, amazing operating system on this planet Earth. Aside the fact that it's way more stable and it's not gonna crash nearly as much as a PC would, it also has amazing features like virtual desktops. You can create different virtual desktops with different programs in them and easily swipe between them with 3 fingers, whether you're using an Apple mouse or their trackpad. And my favorite feature of all time is something called Spotlight. So on any Mac, Mac, if you hit Command Space, it brings up a little spotlight search bar and you can do anything with it. You wanna find a file, bang, it'll find it. You wanna find a menu to a restaurant somewhere, bang, just type in whatever restaurant and it'll find the menu in 2 seconds. Like anything ever you wanted to find on your Mac or on the internet, you can search via Spotlight. And it is blazing fast. Like you ever try and search for a file on a Windows PC? It takes a year. Your PC is outdated by the time the file comes up. Now let's talk about build quality. This is kind of an easy one though. I mean, if you've ever used a Mac, you've seen a Mac, you've touched and felt one, you know the incredible craftsmanship that goes into every single Mac computer. It's unreal, it's unprecedented, no one can touch it. There's a reason why all these other manufacturers that make PCs try and mimic the Mac all the time. I'm sure there's a PC somewhere out there, let me know in the comments, that has similar build quality, right, for the Mac, aluminum body and all that. I'm sure they made it by now. I'm sure they're trying their best. But you can copy all you want. You're still not gonna beat the OG. Now next is security, and I'm gonna give you the 100% real and honest take on this. So most people think that Macs are more secure, right? They're just more secure than PCs. And that's really not the case, but it is the case. Let me explain. PCs have such a larger market share than Macs do. I think Macs are around 12% of all computer users and PCs are like over 75%, like something crazy like that. Now because there's so many PCs out there, all the hackers and the people that develop viruses and malware and stuff mostly develop them for PCs because honestly it makes more sense. Look at a bank. Every computer at a bank is a PC. Every register at a store is a PC. Everywhere you look is a PC essentially. So most of all that stuff is designed for PC, which in turn makes Macs more safer. But I don't care what computer you're using, if you're watching porn and falling for like these phishing tricks that make it look like you're signing into your PayPal, but it's not really your PayPal, or you know, those trick emails, your Apple account's frozen or whatever, everybody gets those emails, right? If you open those emails and give them your information, you fall for a phishing trick, or you're looking at some gross ass porn and something pops up and then you click on it, you're gonna get malware. It can happen to anybody, including a Mac. So Macs aren't immune to that shit. Don't just wow out if you get a Mac. Like you can definitely fuck up your Mac. Trust me on that. You still have to keep your eyes peeled. You still have to use your brain and be smart to kind of avoid all the bullshit. But let's say you mess up and get a virus on your Mac or something goes wrong or it crashes or whatever. There's something called Time Machine. Time Machine is this amazing thing on Mac where it saves a picture of your entire hard drive and every little setting, every detail about it. And you could set it up so it does it automatically, periodically. And if anything ever messes up, you can always go back to the Time Machine saved little file and literally restore your entire Mac back to normal. It's a complete lifesaver. So there's that. But with all that being said, apples to apples, Macs are a safer computer. So let's geek out for a second and talk about versatility. You ever try run a Mac app on a Windows PC? What's gonna happen? Impossible, it won't work. But on the flip side, if you have a Mac, Macs have something called Boot Camp, and you can literally run Linux or any type of Windows operating system right on your Mac. So if you want to try a program out through a different operating system to kind of make sure it's compatible, you know, if you're writing a program, if you're geeking out with that sort of thing, or you just want to have Windows for a certain aspect, you could totally do it with Boot Camp. It's super easy and flawless, which makes Macs truly compatible with anything. Now, what about customer support? Let's say you spill a drink on your Mac. Let's say your Mac gets malware, or something's wrong with it, or it crashes for some reason, which is rare. Let's say you just want to learn how to use it. Maybe you want to get better at using Mac. Maybe you know nothing about using a Mac. Well, you're in luck because there's Apple stores all over the globe. And Apple stores aren't just for selling Macs. You can go to an Apple store and learn how to use your Mac. They have classes there. There's something called a Genius Bar where you sit down with a technical expert and they can help fix your Mac or diagnose what's wrong or figure out what's going on. And you can leave your Mac there overnight while they fix it if there's something major wrong. Everything's right there. You don't have to ship your Mac anywhere. You don't have to wait on a 1-800 line, nothing. You set up an appointment right online. It's super, super easy right on the website. And then you go in there and they help you with anything you could possibly need. They are always fully staffed with employees, super helpful, super knowledgeable about all the products. And it just makes just any issue that can come up really easy to fix. I know there's a select few Windows stores out there now because they're copying off of Mac as usual, but there's not a lot out there. They're few and far between, only at really high-end malls and stuff. That's the only place I've really seen them. You know, other than that, you're kind of stuck on the phone with HP or Asus or whatever and trying to figure something out. While in the meantime, you might need your computer the next day or that weekend or whatever, you know? Like, you wanna get stuff fixed. Like, I'm the type of person that when something goes wrong, I wanna fix it immediately, the fastest, quickest way. I don't wanna send my stuff out. I don't wanna talk to somebody on the phone. I wanna go somewhere and fix it. And Apple crushes that shit. Now let's talk about accessories. Everybody loves accessories, right? Well, because Mac has such a limited product line, right? They have just a few products that they offer. They got their iPads, their MacBooks, their iMacs, you know, that's it. They got their limited products. It makes it super easy and cost effective for manufacturers to make accessories. So if you want to customize the back of your MacBook, piece of cake. You want any kind of dongle, any type of little cool accessory, case for whatever, it's easy to find, cheap for the most part, and there's just more variety out there. When you have 100,000 different kinds of models of PCs, it's hard to find cool accessories for that one PC, model number T438MX96969, right? And for the 10th and final thing, I can't not mention the cool factor. They're just cooler. I mean, it's a thing. You could say whatever you want. A lot of people hate the cool factor of anything. You know, if one thing is cool, there's always gonna be like an anti-culture, right? Like, oh, screw that, we're not conforming or whatever. And I get that, you know, but it really is cool. Macs are cooler than PCs. It's a douchey thing to say, but everybody knows it's cool. I'm a DJ, and holy shit is it true in my industry. I mean, you get judged immediately for DJing with a Windows computer. Immediately. And, you know, is there validity to it? That's up for debate, all right? I'm not gonna sit here and say you can't DJ off a Windows computer. Of course you can. People do it all the time. It runs great. But it's definitely way cooler to DJ on a Mac and to do anything on a Mac. But for those of you that made it this long in the video and happen to be a little riled up, I might have said a few things you didn't like, you know, especially the cool thing I just said. You'd probably, oh, fuck this guy, right? Okay, I get it, all right. Let's talk about some of Mac's downfalls. The first and biggest downfall, in my opinion, for the newer Macs is their port situation. If you get a newer Mac now, MacBook, iMac, whatever you get, all they have is USB-C ports. That's it. That's how you charge your MacBook. That's how you plug anything in. It's nothing but USB-C ports. And it's kind of a pain in the ass. You have to have a dongle for everything. Eventually, we're gonna get to the point where everything's gonna be USB-C, so it'll be a lot easier and a lot more intuitive, you know, kind of having all those ports, but we're not there yet. Mac, as usual, is ahead of the times, so in the meantime, we gotta use all these dongles, and it's a total pain in the ass if you have a newer Mac. I'll admit that. And the other downfall that a lot of people complain about is the lack of a touchscreen option on their MacBooks and stuff, and I get that because it is really convenient to have a touchscreen, and most Windows PC, like laptops, have touchscreens and stuff like that. So I get that. My only argument for that is Mac has something different for you, and that's called an iPad. If you're using your computer just to surf the web and, you know, play games and do little things, and you're just like kind of a casual, regular computer user, you're not like editing crazy video or doing anything nuts, get an iPad and get the keyboard with it, and it has a little trackpad now, and you're good to go. For pretty much the same price as a PC, you can get an iPad Pro with the keyboard and everything, and it's gonna be more powerful than a large majority of the PCs in the same price bracket, you know? And you get all the functionality of a Mac, and you get to have the touchscreen too. So they make a product for that, you know? You're not gonna get it with a MacBook. But honestly, if your biggest concern is a touchscreen, then you shouldn't be buying a MacBook. You should be getting a tablet, because it's just more versatile. It's gonna do everything you ever wanted it to do. Now, speaking of what you're using your computer for, there's literally only one thing that I would recommend a PC for, and that's gamers. If you're a gamer, if you're streaming, you're playing Call of Duty or playing whatever you're playing, like these big ass games, you know, Grand Theft Auto. Honest to God, truth is, they run better on PC. There's been tests done with a Mac and a PC side by side with the exact same hardware, and PC runs games a lot smoother and a lot faster. Why? I don't know. I didn't do the research. I just know for a fact that games run better on PCs. So if you're a big gamer, of course, build yourself a big ass, like custom PC, and you'll be good to go. Totally recommend that. But if you do anything else with your computer, like anything, edit photo, edit video, if you're a DJ, if you're making apps, you're an app developer, if you're surfing the web, if you're answering emails, if you do anything else with a computer, Mac is well worth the investment and will be way more intuitive and way better in every single way for you. Trust me. I dare somebody to use a Mac for a couple months for everything and then try and switch back to PC. I dare you. I dare you to try. You'll hate it. It's a fact. But that's it, people. I hope you liked this video. Thank you so much again for watching. If you have any questions or anything to say, anything to add, leave it in the comments below. I'll get right back to you. We can have some debates in the comments. I'm looking forward to this. And I'll see you guys next video.